Today's meal is sponsored by Grandma. God, I wish I had a German passport. A penny taken from your grandmother is a penny well invested into your mental well-being. God, I love being a useless piece of shit that does nothing all day and just lounges around in bars and restaurants. To be quite honest, these guys are pretty good. This is my first time here, but I've seen this place like 500 times, and I never bothered to go in. They're okay. Like, pricing is pretty fine. $3 for an omelet, $3 for a fitness omelet. Sandwiches again.
Real talk, boy. Look at the goddamn sandwich. This shit is exquisite, boy.
$3, $3.50 for French toast filled with some prosciutto, some mozzarella, eggs, Caesar salad sauce, cheese, tomatoes, cucumbers. 50 dinar, that's half $1 for extra bread. They got bruschetti, desserts, whatever.
I've been had the munchies.
Everything's pretty cheap here. I mean, not cheap, affordable. But then again, you know, if dad's paying for everything, you know, fuck it. As is custom in Serbia, it's time to go and enjoy a nice meal somewhere nearby, you know, sitting in a cafe, just relaxed living. Serbs are very relaxed. I love relaxing. Relaxing makes me feel really relaxed. I love doing nothing all day long. A lot of Serbs seem to have mastered the art of doing nothing and drinking one coffee for like, what, 5 hours? And, you know, from like 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. in a cafe or bar, and I think it's beautiful. Why work? Why ever work? Let's just like not show up for work at all. Look at these people working. Serbian people working. You know what? I think these people just don't have a grandma they can leverage. I call it grandma leveraging, the art of leveraging your grandma. Using your grandma's assets to propel yourself into financial freedom. That sucks for these guys. Oh well. If you're Serbian and if your grandma has a pension that she doesn't really need because she's like old and stuff and she doesn't really go anywhere to spend that money, so what if it's $200 a month? $200? Dude, your grandma's loaded. Like utilize that. You have to utilize that. You have to leverage that and make sure that the assets are not being underutilized. I want you, if you're, you know, not too busy drinking coffee right now in the middle of Belgrade, I need you to go and have a face-to-face talk with your grandma and explain to her why handing over her financial assets to you, ergo her pension, monthly pension, is a sound financial decision and one that will certainly yield a lot of benefits in the future for you. For her, not so much, but does she really care? She's gonna be dead soon. Like, you don't really care about her, do you? I mean, you care in the sense that you want her to keep providing for you. She's a provider, okay? But it's her duty because she's old, and old people should provide for the young people because, yeah, you know, because they're old and they don't know about like bitcoins and stuff like that. I don't like that, right? She doesn't need that money. Just like steal like 5,000 from her every time you want to go out. She won't notice. She's old. She's got like dementia and stuff, but she's not gonna miss it. You're her grandson. You're allowed to do that. Come on, go. Take money from grandma. Friends will be upset if you don't show up in the club, you know, buying some expensive drinks with your grandma's pension. You don't want to be upset, do you? You don't want to be, you know, excluded from your friend circle, right? A penny taken from your grandmother is a penny well invested into your mental well-being. These people are the reason you're poor now. You ought to repay them by stealing from them. It's payback. It's generational payback, and don't you forget it. You can just sit in this bar, in this restaurant, drink your lemonade, you know, drink your Kool-Aid, and tell people on YouTube how smart you are and how they should be doing stuff you're not doing yourself. It's really cool. A lot of people do it, and it seems to get a lot of views. So actually, they are doing something. They're tricking you into thinking what they want you to think, or you know, tricking you into thinking they're smart about doing things that really make no sense whatsoever. And it's kind of like the how'd I make my first million? Buy a million copies of my book, How I Made My First Million, for $1 each, and you'll know. Moral of the story is, don't work, lads. Don't work. Why would you? Why? Just say no. It's kind of grandma's fault when you think about it. If I was in Germany, I'd get like what, 800 euros a month doing nothing. Instead, I get nothing here for doing nothing, and I'm not gonna work in a shoe factory for a Korean boss for like 200 euros. That's beneath me. Why would I? Like, who's crazy? Work in a trafica. Like I'm not gonna do that. So you're kind of punishing grandma for her bad decisions in the past, for not wanting to marry Hans and go to Germany, and instead staying here. The reason you're here, right? The reason you're here is because of grandma's bad decisions. So yeah, it's kind of justified when you really think about it. But you know what? I like it here. Here is really good. The people are warmer. I really like Serbia for their people. Yeah, that's why I'm not going to Germany, because the people here are really good, right? And also it's kind of difficult to live in Germany like this for 200 euros a month. It costs money to go there. I'm not a fan of that. And if mom and dad start complaining, who cares? Tell them the same thing, right? Except with parents, you can be even more nasty, right? Because they deserve it. They're like closer to you, and they'll kind of be hard asses about giving you their money, but you just tell them something like, I'm the only one you have. If you don't have a brother or a sister, or if you do have a brother or a sister, just get them to say the same thing to them. Try guilt trip your parents about their poor life decisions, and use that as a shield to deflect any coming attacks from them, or anyone else for that matter. Remember, their poor life decisions are the only reason why you have not done anything great with your life and why you're still stuck in Serbia. So it's their duty to provide a comfortable, relaxed lifestyle, right? This is what you deserve, because you're a human being, And if you're not smoking yet, you should try and pick that up too. It might not feel okay at first, but I think the more you do it, the better it gets. And it helps your mind deal with a lot of stuff. So just start smoking. Tobacco is really cheap here. Imagine if you were in Germany and it's like 8 euros a pack. Like, what the fuck? If you think the premium brands like Davidoff and Sobranie are a bit expensive, just go for like Fast, right? Because it's like life, it passes by really, really fast. It's really readily available no matter where you go, right? There's like a bunch of them here, all shapes, all sizes, slim, big, long, elongated. Just go for what you think suits your personality and your temperament, right? Just pick up smoking. It's really good. I love it. And it's really cheap here. And if your parents are doing it too, and they don't want you to start, just call them out on how hypocritical they are and how they don't get to tell you what you need to do in life, because if they knew what they were doing, you wouldn't be in Serbia in the first place. So just guilt trip them massively until they yield. Here's a pro tip. Don't tip. Take grandma's money, deposit it into the ATM, and just pay for everything by card. There's so many cafes here. You don't even need to show up at the same one twice. It's great. It stretches grandma's limited budget to a whole new level. Yeah. Card, please. This is not the case in this particular cafe bar. But if they have sugar packets and not this, make sure to take some home, because then you can give them to grandma and say, Grandma, I got you this like really cool gift, sugar, right? And she's gonna be like, and then she'll give you like $500 for like 3 sugar packets you stole from the Coffee Dream nearby. It's great. I love it. Great tactic. Another cool trick is to approach old women that look kind of senile and trying to trick them that you're their grandson and, you know, try and get some money that way. It's okay, right? I mean, grandma just wants to feel happy. And if giving money to her only grandson helps her do that, who are you to take that away from her? Perfect. Yep, another hard day's work